Hey guys, welcome back to another. I don't even think I want to call these episodes, but at least not right now. They're not episodes. Updates. Thank you for watching an update of the 2013 Buick Regal fuel injector removal. In this video, I have another topic that I want to touch on, but we'll get to that point. The 2013 Buick Regal is running, and she is rolling good. See, I'm not sure if you guys can hear me, but got my cold air on there. She's running. She's running. Just wanted to show you guys that because that's important. Okay. All right. Sorry. That was a little weird. My phone was hooked up to the Bluetooth in the car, and I was just making sure that the last little piece of the video you guys heard me. So yeah, please forgive me. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about and that is going to be the title of the top of this video too. Is I actually, in the process of fixing the fuel injectors, I had also had a previous problem with this car specifically. So I have car shield on this car, right? And yeah, I mean, maybe we have people that's like, oh yeah, I know car shield or whatever, but I used it, and I used it once before and it actually worked out. And I've been paying it for this car for a little while because I'm like, in my previous time, I was planning on like really modding the heck out of this car. Well, I guess not that bad. It was going to be a lot of bolt-ons that I was going to do. I wasn't going to do any of the internals or anything like that. It was just going to be bolt-ons and a tune, essentially. Get a new exhaust, new headers, all of that stuff. That it was just going to be straight bolt-on and then tune it, and then whatever I get is what I get. So I was going that route until I finally decided that, hey, I can't find good wheels to match this car, or at least get the look that I want. I couldn't find good wheels for it. So I said, considering that being the fact, screw it. I'm not going to do it, right? I say all that to say the Buick, this is not necessarily a car that I'm going to mod. You guys saw the code in there, the code air intake on there. And I didn't have it in there on the previous videos because I was trying to get the turbo. So the problem that I was just addressing, the turbo, I was trying to get that replaced on the car shield. That's what made me bring up car shield. I was trying to get that replaced on the car shield, but in order for that to be replaced, I didn't do anything crazy with this engine. But if you know anyway, aftermarket warranty companies, all warranty companies, they want to make sure that there was nothing that could have caused the problem outside of the manufacturer specifications, right? And because of that, what I do is I swap out the code errors, because obviously the mechanic shop that you send it to, they have to send pictures into them and things of that nature. And I kind of send that or make sure that I replace my regular air box in there. And then I send it in. So long story short, I put the old box on there as you've seen in the previous videos. And then when I sent it into the shop, they said, okay, no, we can't repair it because the problem that was happening with this car was that the turbo, they claimed it was the wastegate. So I took it to the mechanic shop. They said, yep, it's the wastegate, and we're actually just going to replace the entire turbo. But because they blame the wastegate and not the actual turbo, because per car shields in the contract, shall we say, per the requirements to get a claim on it, was that it had to have been a lubricated moving component in the car. The wastegate is not lubricated, right? Is not being ran by oil. It's not oil being ran through it or anything like that, right? There's no coolant being running through it. Like, there's nothing going through the wastegate. So because of that, they claimed that, hey, we can't repair it and we're not going to cover it. So I'm like, okay, fine. I took it upon myself, as we do our DIYers, right? I took it upon myself to say I'm going to replace the wastegate. Then, if this is what you guys are claiming is the problem, which I sort of suspected anyway, then I'm going to replace it, right? So, and the problem that I want to bring up is that when the problem that I was having, so it gives a code, PO, not PO, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's PO, it's P0, sorry. P0, think 032 is something. Anyway, when you get a scanner on it and it comes up with the overboost pressure code, this is what the problem is, right? It is not guaranteed that it's going to be actually your wastegate. It is not guaranteed that it's your turbo, right? And you could kind of know that it's not your turbo if you just take off your hose, your intake hose on the turbo side. I mean on the turbo. If you take that off and just wiggle the splines, if they're fixed and they're not wiggling, your turbo is fine. Don't worry about it. Like, do not look at anything further than that, right? If you can't physically wiggle the spline, there's no play in the compressor wheels. That is fine. Okay, so your turbo is fine. Wastegate, that is a little bit of a more difficult little deal to determine, but that is not ruled out completely. So what you really want to look for, if your car, your Buick for one, if it still gain boost and you still hear your oh my goodness, now I'm blanking on these parts. Oh, so much car talk. If your turbo is spooling, and you obviously your car when it's like when you have boost coming into the engine, when you are increasing boost and you hear your blow off valve, that's what I'm trying to say. When you hear your blow off valve dissipate whatever the boost is in the system, then it is not your wastegate either. If you can hear that stuff, then that is all, the wastegate is fine. So what is the problem? The problem is there's a solenoid valve. I don't have the part anymore, so I can't really show you guys. I told you I'm horrible, man. I'm bad. But anyway, roll with me. So there's a solenoid valve on there. If you just look it up, it will show the whole wastegate kit. Even if you just order the wastegate kit, you will get that solenoid valve, okay? And let me tell you, it is not an easy task, as I've been saying in these videos, right? It's not easy. It's not fun. If you guys do have any questions, I did not necessarily post a video on that, and I should have, but I was not sure that was going to fix the problem. So that's why I don't have a video on that. If you do have questions and you want to know more about it, please put it in the comments and I will respond to you, okay? And I'll even give you my email or whatever, and we can talk through it, so that way you guys get the best of the experience. Because that job alone, because I fixed that, I've saved well over $3,000 in my whole repair process. That's including the fuel injector replacement too. Because the turbo alone, they quoted me, what the mechanic shop quoted me to get it replaced. It was like, well, since the warranty company isn't going to replace it, if you do want to get it replaced, it's going to cost, I can't remember the quote. It was something like $2,500 or something like that. Because obviously the turbo, $2,000 easy. Or I think it came up like maybe 17 or 1800. I can't remember. Then you got the labor, right, which is obviously expensive, right? So if you got those problems, right, and through this entire process, the fuel injectors, including the turbo problem, I saved myself over $3,000 in repairs. It's ridiculous, okay? And with that repair, like that wastegate kit, even if you get, because I ordered it from eBay actually, and I hopped right on it because you can order it from carid.com. I'm pretty sure you guys heard of it, or have good faith that you guys have heard of it. I'm not sure of a lot of shit. Okay, sorry, excuse my language. Ooh, bad. Sorry, YouTube. Anyway, I have good faith that you guys have heard of CarID, and they actually have a wastegate kit that you can buy. It's a little expensive. It's like $400. And it gives you the wastegate, gives you that solenoid valve, because replacing that wastegate, in order for you to do that, you have to remove the entire turbo, which I guess is a very explanatory as to why the mechanic shop was like, well, if we're going to take the turbo out, we're going to replace it with a brand new one. And that's just, you got to get yourself a brand new turbo, because why are they going to go through all that struggle and pain just to replace the wastegate? And I'm like, okay. So when I finally got in there, I'm like, man, this wastegate really is hard to get to without taking the turbo out. So, I mean, you can attempt it, and if you do it, power to you, okay? And then let me know what you done, because I would like to know, all right? Because as I was going through it and I was banging my head, against the hood here, I'm like, I don't understand how it's going to work. So I just couldn't work it out. If you do have an overboost pressure, so just to recap, if you do have an overboost pressure code, I can't remember the code number. Do not get too bent up yet. Okay. Just purchase that wastegate kit. And then we would, like I say, talk to me. If you are running into any problems or anything like that, put it in the comments, and then I'll respond to you, and we'll get you sorted out. All right, and hopefully that will fix the problem. Okay, I'm saying hopefully, because it could be a different situation on your end. Okay, your situation may not be as similar like mine. Okay, especially depending on the maintenance of the car. Right, I keep oil changes on this stuff, as we all do, I would assume. If we don't, then I think we are a little bit too we're too far right now. We're like, you gotta take some steps back and make sure that you're getting that maintenance good. All right. So anyway, that was pretty much what I wanted to talk about on this video. Is I want to show you guys the completion of the fuel injector replacement, so that there's living proof. It's been a little while. It's been about a little over a week. Yeah, because I was also fighting AC issues, because it's been hot out here in Michigan. Like these past couple weeks, like 80, 85 plus degrees. That's just too hot, man. I don't know where you guys are at, but I can't deal with that, okay? But yeah, so it's been about 2 weeks that I've been driving it, and then I was like, hey, darn it, I didn't make a completion video. So here's the completion video with further explanation on if you're having that overboost code. This is also that video as well. But thanks, guys, and yeah.